Imagine turning a simple fabric into this stunning halter neck backless dress. In today's tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to cut, sew and achieve this flawless gathered look step by step. Let's get started, and do well to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. So I have my pattern paper like this. I wish I folded into two like so. Just take your pattern paper, you make it long, join on the down parts, which depends on your length. Just join on the down part, then fold it into two. By the time you fold, you're having like this, which I'll have the front and here as the back. I also have the lines which I marked like this. I have the chest line, sorry, the shoulder line. I have the chest line. Here is the bust line. I have the under bust line, the waist line, that's the half length, then the hip line, and the dress length. Your desired dress length, how long you want your dress, is up to you. The dress length. So after you've done getting this, so what you do next is to measure take your other measurements, which I'll be marking my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So do your shoulder divided by 2, which I have mine as 7.5. I had to mark the 7.5 on this part. I marked the 7.5 like this. Then I brought back to the chest line also and marked the 7.5 like so. Then connect with a straight through the 2 points from the shoulder line and the chest line, just like this. So after you're done doing this, what you do next is to mark the neckline. So I did 3.5. I marked the 3.5 by 3.5. So I did 3.5 on the length and the width as 3.5 also, which I'll use a curve to connect, just like this. Okay, so after you're done doing this, what you do next is to impute your round measurement. So I did my chest measurement divided by 4, which I mark on this part. Just measure round your chest measurement, then what you have divide by 4 I marked here. I came down on the under bust line, I marked also divide by 4, which my under bust divide by 4, I will impute the measurement I have. You have to do yours too, what you have by 4. Then the waistline, I did also divide by 4, the round waist divide by 4, which I marked. I think I have a 8 3/4. I marked also on this part. The hip line, you do your hip divide by 4. You mark the hip divide by 4. You impute it here like this. Then what you have on the hip line, take it down to the dress length, the same measurement. So I marked here the same measurement I have on the hip line, which I will use a straight rule to connect from the hip line down to the dress length. So I'll use a straight rule like this down to the dress length, just like so. Then with the curve, you connect from the waistline to the hip with the curve rule, just the way I'm placing it, just our normal bodies, like this. Mark to this point, then connect from the chest line down to the waistline, just the way I'm placing the rule, like this. Just mark straight to the chest line like so. So after you're done doing this, what you do next is to come down from the shoulder line 1 inch for shoulder slant, which I'll come down 1 inch here. Then I'll connect to the neckline like this. So after you're done doing this, what you do now from the under bust line, what you do from the under bust line here, you want to create the curve which you are having to the straight line. But what you do now is from the under bust, you go up by, which is this point, you go up by 1 inch. So you mark 1 inch from here. You can make it straight, depends on how you want your curve, but I marked 1 inch. Then from the neckline, what I'll do from this point, this is the one that I'll connect to the waistline with a slant, not curvy, just a slant curve like this, the way I'm marking it, just like this. Then from this point, what you do next is to measure how wide you want the neck, that's the gather part. So I came down by 3 inches, which I'll mark on the neck line, 3 inch like so. Then from this point here, I'll use a straight through to connect the 1 inch line we marked on the under bust area. So I'll connect with a straight through, which I will later use a curve to blend. Like I want it a little bit, just watch what I'll do. I'll use a curve also, to a curve rule to mark the line just like this. Just place your curve like so. You can use a curve, no need for straight, just the way I placed it is almost the same thing. Then you just mark like this. So you have this line. This is the line where the curve rule line is the line we'll be using. That's the place, the line I use the curve rule for. So after we've gotten this, what you do next now is from the waistline you go down by 4 inches. From the waistline I came down by 4 inches. It depends on how wide you want the plain pattern side to be, but on this pattern I'm doing 4 inches. You can do 3 inches. It's up to you how wide you want it. So I came down by 4, which I'll impute here. Then I'll use a curve rule to connect it to the hip point. That's like this. You connect to the hip point. Just the way I'm placing the rule, just take it down to the hip point like so. So after you're done doing this, we have the patterns. You just curve it to make sure it's not too round on that part. So after you're done doing this, we have the pattern now as our number 1, we have number 2, and then number 3. So what we'll do next now is to mark this as a point which will be having our normal fabric, that's the plain pattern on this part. So what we'll do next now is to create the slash and spread effect on the layer. But meanwhile, you mark unfold. Make sure you label. We are cutting here unfold. That's the front part. This side also as the unfold part. Here also as the unfold part. Make sure you label it. Then you do the slash and spread effect on the neckline. So I'll mark the neckline. What you do is to measure all what you have on the neckline. Then you divide. Let's say you just slash how wide you want it. So I have mine, which the camera was not showing. I did not know, sorry. So I had to slash by half of an inch. I just marked half of an inch line, which I'll be marking straight. I'll be marking straight like this down to the under bust line. Just this is the line we'll be slashing to give a little fullness on the under bust, and the area will be having our strap on the neck side. So you mark your rules on this part. So sorry, the camera was not picturing what I have. So what I did was I measured all what I have here, marked the lines which I said earlier. Then the that part also I measured all what we have on this part, then divide. So I had to do 1 inch on the lines like this, which this part is what we'll be slashing to give our fullness. So slash the upper part, we'll slash the other side on the down part also, and we have the front on the which we'll be using as a pattern paper. So this is the line for the front. So what we'll do now is to trace out, because we want to create that line on the back side. So just use your tracing wheel to trace out what you have, because when you turn like this, we'll be having it on the back side. So I'll go ahead to do that. I'll trace out all this, then bring for us to see. So I went ahead to do that, which we're having the back from the half length, that's the under bust line, down to the length of the dress. So what you do now is to open the center part, that's the center side of the pattern paper, just the way I'm doing it, because we want to separate the front from the back. So after you're done opening it, we have the front like this, and we have the back pattern just like this. So we have the front and both the front and the back pattern now. So what you do now is to, here is the back of our pattern. So what you do next now is to keep the back aside, then work on the front side. So we have to keep this back one aside, then create the cutout for the front. So we have the front line. So what we need to do now is to trim the front side. So you trim from all this part here, cut open like this. So after we've done cutting it, so we now have the patterns this way, which we have the number one, number 2, and number 3. We have this as the upper part. Make sure you label your patterns, please. We have here as a down part, and this side also, remember you put your allowance. You're adding half of an inch allowance to join this half of an inch allowance on the down parts. Then we have half of an inch allowance here. You're joining on the side also. You have 1 inch on the side. This upper part is half of an inch allowance, how 1 inch allowance, 1 inch, depends on the allowance you want to put on the sides, but I'm using 1 inch on this side. Then this upper part too, you add your 1 inch on this side because of the folding on the side. Then you do half of an inch here. Then the upper part also, you do 1 inch 1 inch on the upper part, because you are folding the 1 inch to have a casing for your strap, which you'll be tying on the neck part. That's the back side of your neck. So after you're done doing this, you have to slit all this part. This is the lines you'll be slitting open. Depends on how wide you want it. You can do 1 inch spread and slash and spread. You can do a 1.5. It's up to you how full you want your gathers to be. So after you're done doing this, what we'll do now is to keep this aside and work on the back pattern. So when we have the back here. So what we'll do now is the upper part of the back. Here is the down part, which we have this side as the side which will be slitting open for the splash and spread effect. We have here also as the up, which after you finish doing this, what you now do now, here is the center back, here is the side back. So from this center back, that's the side back, the waistline here, we have to go up by 1 inch. You can just cut from the waistline straight, but I just want that effect on the back just to go a little bit up on the side. So I went up by 1 inch. Then I'll be connecting it to the waistline. You can make it straight, it's up to you how you want it, but this one I just want a little bit, that's 1 inch effect on the back side. So after which, you having this other side as the strap, that's this side is the side which you'll be cutting the long strap, which you'll be tying on the back side of your dress. So after you're done doing this will be the long part. This side will be the side that you cut very long strap. Is up to you how long you want it, which you'll be tying to get the effect on that back side of it. Then this side will be joining on the front pattern. Then this other side, you join it on the other the dress on the other front side. I'll cut this for us to see. Let me cut it out first for us to see the let me cut out so I can explain properly, please. So we'll have to cut it out. I'll cut out first. Let me cut it out so we'll see well. I'm cutting out like this. So you cut this part. This is the side I'll have the strap. You can cut it straight from the waistline. It's still okay, but this is how I want it. So here will be the center back, which will be the zipper side, as here will be for the zipper allowance. This side will be for the zipper allowance, while we have here as it's not must you must take it to the gather side. You can just stop on the fabric side for the zipper. Then here for the other strap that is very long. Then this side also is the side which you join on this, and the strap will be ending. So from here, when you sew, you gather your join your the side like these are the side front and the side back. You join like this, and the strap here, this is the end part, that's the long one. You take the end side of the strap, you'll be joining to this part. That is why I have to cut it out like this. Join it to the end point. Then when you make it long, you will having your strap as long as it, but make sure you join it to the front side, that's the front center side of the front, sorry. So after doing that, you have this as a side back, which we have the other side. Make sure you label. We'll cut like, let me cut first. We'll cut like this. So after cutting, we have it separately. We have this as the back. Yeah, as a back, you can slash as much as you want. So I just wrote 2 inches. I might end up using 1 inch to slash. So it depends on how wide, if you place on fabric and you slash, how wide you want the effect, how full you want it. So after this, what you do next is to label. Make sure you label. By the time you gather and you put back to this part, you are having it as full. Then this other side, so you make gathers here too. Then you join to the front side of the gap, but make sure the front is on fold if you are cutting on the front. But the back, we have a slit on the back because you are doing the zipper on the back side. So after doing this, we have the pattern like this, which here is the back, and we have here as the center back, which this side as the side back. Then after you're done doing this, what you do now is to now place the pattern. Remember, the front side is on fold. Here is the side front. Remember, the front side is on fold. You're cutting the front on fold because there's no line on the front. So after you're done doing this, now what you do now is to now place the pattern like this. You place your fabric like this, then you sew. You have to stitch. then you have it like this. We're having the front, which you have like so. Let me move down for us to see. We have the front pattern like this. Here is the plain pattern, and this side is the patterned fabric. You have the plain like this and the pattern. So by the time you join, you spread on your fabric. Even the upper part too, you have to spread it. You cut out, then you spread on the fabric. Then you have it like so. By the time you gather on the front, you have it full as this. So it's up to you how you want the front, the upper part also. But I think don't spread too much, because if it's too full, the gather will be too big. The way that it is on the thumbnail, the fullness is not too much. So you can do 1 inch. It's up to you how full you want it. Then you place your pattern like this, and we are having the pattern just like so. By the time you arrange it and you pull the strap, you have it this way on the side. Here is the side back for the strap. So you place it on this part, then you sew it attaching to this point here. By the time you attach to this point, you're having the effect already coming out. So we have it like this, and by the time you fold the upper part, you put your long strap that you'll be using for the to tie the back side. We've come to this at the end of this video. Thank you for watching this, and see you on my next video. Bye.